can I give you a loan without having to go to the bank? Can we do that and then still not have to deal with any potential, setbacks between us? Like, I don't want us to end up having to say, I thought you said, and I thought we agreed that, and you said you're going to pay me on X amount. Like, all of that is settled and taken care of through a smart contract. You know what I'm saying? And the smart contract would be like the digital third person, except there is no emotion attached to it, and none of us have autonomy over it. It's like, no, this is what you both agreed on, and this is what's going to be executed.
These are the receipts.
Correct.
If you're a business owner, you may or may not already have your online presence created. There are some mistakes that can be made, and I don't want you to be making them when you're starting your business online. One of them is not knowing when to get your hosting. Think of your website as a building, and your hosting is the land that your building is on. It's wise, and it makes a lot more sense for you to make your website around the same time as when you get your hosting. There is no advantage to you getting your hosting, say, in January, but then you start your website in December. That time in between you're paying for, and you have to renew your hosting the year after. Another thing is this: if you already have your online presence, one mistake is you could be making is not actually collecting your leads via your website. This is not the same as general inquiries. A lead is me raising my hand and saying, I'm interested in your particular service. A general inquiry could be something like me asking you, hey, what year did you start your business? The two are not the same. So I've put together an easily digestible checklist of the 5 biggest mistakes you could make online and how to avoid them. It's called the Secret Web Design Checklist. Also, I've got a book, and it's called Starting Your Online Business the Right Way. Just go to oyemade.com/performance. That's oyemade.com/performance. And you see the options for the Secret Web Design Checklist and the book to starting your online business the right way. Hope you enjoy those. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Hey everyone. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. I let everybody know that, you know what, you're a celebrity and stuff, you know, so we've gotta wait for you to come through, you know, red carpet and everything. So we had to wait for you to come through, but I wasn't able to keep them entertained until you came through. So they're here, they're waiting, they're like, yo, it's Whitney, it's Whitney.
Yo, don't hype me up. You don't know. Like, it goes right to my head and I start feeling some kind of way. I'll send you a whole request of all the things I need before doing an interview.
You need us to light some candles for you before you can come in.
I'm like, a specialty.
Don't worry, I got you. We'll get you some candles. We'll get you everything you need. We'll get the air, like whatever. Even if you need your own special oxygen, we'll get that in here. We got you.
That
we got
metaverse oxygen.
We got you. We got you. We got you.
Oh, man.
Welcome to everyone jumping in. Number Curls, Christine. Shout out to Christine and her win today. Christine got she got featured on a page with like over 250K followers. So Christine's about to become a celebrity too, you know? I mean, so
I'm about to outsource my natural hair, everything to you. I'm like, nope. Hit up Christine, yo. Take notes.
Shout out to Christine. And everyone, if you're in here, you want to talk about natural hair and anything to get your hair right, Christine's the person, yo. Number Curls, check her out. She's in the comments. Numbered Curls, aka Christine. She might hook you up with some Netflix. I don't know. I can't say. But just in case, ask her about that too.
No, Kat said it. She will moisturize your curls. Like, what? She will threaten you with that moisture. Don't do it.
Shout out to everyone coming in. We're about to be talking about crypto, all the questions with crypto, everything about DeFi. So shout out to Tabitha, on my piece, Michelle Green, Professor Green. Shout out to Michelle Green. You know,
Yes,
Professor
Michelle.
Green. She's the one who has me looking all, swaggy now in my photos and my cameras and my videos. She got me correct. So
I
shout
was
out
gonna say,
shout out to Professor Green.
and
Shout
he
out to
had
Professor Green.
shooting in the car with
Nah, I
ratchet.
can't. I can't have no ratchet videos. We can't have no ratchet videos.
So I relocated, right? I had a
Okay.
proper setup in my house, and then my little one woke up, and I was like, I'm not doing this in the house. So I rented a car. So I
All
have like
right.
3 layers of covering on because it's so cold outside. But
Hey,
I do this. Oh, what?
you could have brought the mini one on. Like when me and Jalissa did it, she had
It
Savannah
cannot,
on.
it cannot be 2 stars on the same thing. Nope.
Oh, snap.
I will not share. I will not share.
Oh man, oh
All
man.
right.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for coming in. Let's get to it. We're about to talk about everything crypto. I'm gonna ask all the questions about crypto. If anyone's got any questions, jump in as well. Like more than happy to take any questions on. But I'm gonna ask like an 8-year-old trying to figure out, okay, so what is this crypto thing? What is DeFi? Perhaps NFTs? I don't know.
Listen, we can jump into all of it.
Okay.
I don't claim to have expertise in all of it, but I have done my homework. So I might
Okay.
have some opinions. Like we can talk about it. If I don't know, then I don't know. But it's all good.
Awesome. Yeah, because Maddie was like, yo, he wants to hear about some NFTs as well. So me and Erica were gonna do that, but hey, we've got you as well here, so we'll jump in with you too. So
Erica? Let me find out.
Erica,
No, okay.
oh no, you were away. You've been in Uganda for a minute, so yeah. Erica T, she came in and she gave us like this. It was like
I'm so excited.
It was like
We
a
got
mini
more
masterclass.
Yes. Let's find out who she is. We need to talk.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do another live like and then another day and we'll have both of you on and then we're like, yo, the crypto metaverse gang is up in here.
Let's talk about it. Yes.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, first things first, Cryptney. Why do we need crypto?
Call me by all my names. Yes. So I always start out by saying, well, first off, we're not giving nobody financial advice.
No, this ain't. Yeah, that's true actually. So this is a word from our sponsors. There is no financial advice being provided here. We advise you to please do your research. This is just for entertainment and informational purposes. The end. So this is not financial advice. Don't come be like, yo, T said or Whitney said. Nah, nothing like that. So we're just here to share some information that we know. End of disclaimer. So
cool. Let's go. So why do you need crypto in your life? First,
actually, no. Before we even get to that, tell us about Miss Whitney Awaru, aka Cryptney.
Okay. Hey y'all. I know. So what's good? My name is Whitney. I am one of the crypto enthusiasts on the morning meetup and just in life. I've just really grown to love cryptocurrency because of everything that it is and what it represents with regard to wealth creation and really understanding how money works and what money can be. I've had the privilege of making money in this crypto space and continue to, but I'm not gonna get you rich tomorrow, so we'll be clear on that. But I've also had to really pay for that for the wins and the knowledge through making mistakes, right? So part of the reason why I've just really fallen in love and grown into just this public speaker of cryptocurrencies, because I want people to engage with it more and not just get caught up in the narrative about all the scams and all the negativity that can surround cryptocurrency, because the promise of what it is, it hasn't changed and it won't. And so I don't want people to fall asleep on this. Like I need y'all to like come through. You don't need to just hear it from me, and you don't even need to learn from me, but you need to at least change your mindset and open up space for you to start to see it for what it is. So I'm hoping that that's what this conversation will do, and just provide you with some insight about what's involved in crypto, what it's about, how you can make money, what to look out for, and all of that.
Nice. Let's go. You're about to talk so spicy to us. Let's go. So tell us, Cryptney, what is crypto?
So whenever I start talking about cryptocurrency, I do try to explain it the way I would have liked for it to be explained to me. It was like real simple. We're speaking English here. There will be very minimal technobabble.
Yeah.
So I'll say this. What you often hear about cryptocurrency is that, it's a digital asset, right? It's digital cash. It's Bitcoin specifically is digital gold, but it's really just internet money, right? It really is digital cash. It's not a physical product. I know you see those Bitcoin signs and all that, and as actual coins, no. This is all digital, right? And when I first started with cryptocurrency and I was trying to explain it to my mom, I'm like, this isn't a new concept, right? Everybody already swipes cards. I can't remember the last time I saw cash, right? And everybody's already comfortable with that, the idea of digital currency.
Yeah.
But I think it's because there's a card and a location for you to go to that people are more receptive to accepting that, we don't actually deal with physical cash for the most part. We're all dealing with digital transactions, right? To purchase things. Crypto really isn't any different in that sense, except that it is. Okay, so let's go.
Okay. Let me sit up. Talk to us.
I'm like, keep to the point with me. Okay. So part of the reason why they'd even consider cryptocurrency to be a digital asset is because there's a limited amount of this. Like, okay, let's be specific. Let's talk Bitcoin, right? There's only 21 million Bitcoin out there, right?
In the whole world?
That would ever be released. Not out there, but that would ever be released, and they slowly introduce it into circulation and into public usage, right? So even just because of the fact that it's a finite amount and not on, like a cash tip where you just print it out whenever you feel like, hashtag crazy government. Don't come for me, I'm just saying. It also creates demand there, right? It creates the opportunity for appreciation, and it won't be affected by inflation as much as like the dollar would.
Okay.
Even at all. I don't believe it will.
Okay.
So that's the asset part. The magic around Bitcoin especially is how it changed up the whole financial system. Okay. It introduced the idea of getting rid of third parties with regard to moving money around. Okay, so let's put this in English. If I wanted to give you $100 because you were sitting right next to me, I wouldn't ask your mom to go into my bank, into my purse to get it and then give it to you and then notify you that you have it in your hand. I would just hand it to you. So after the financial crash of 2008, I believe, the conversation started to be had, and the question was asked, like, well, why can't we just move? Well, now that we know that the banks are doing some sketchy stuff, maybe it's time to really evaluate how our banking systems work, or remove them out of the picture altogether, right?
Right.
So why can't I send you money directly without having to go through all these third parties? Why can't I just hand you money the same way I would physically, but in a digital way?
Gotcha.
So then a bunch of programmers come through, or an individual, we don't know, but they use a pseudonym, Satoshi Nakamoto, and they answered that question by showing up with Bitcoin, where it's just peer-to-peer transactions, where I'm paying you directly without having to go to my bank to then go and notify your bank that I put the money in your account. It was just me and you. Okay. And then from there, because that was even it was powered by or backed by blockchain technology, just killed the game altogether, because it now opened just the arena, just opened the opportunity to now ask, well, okay, if we can do this with Bitcoin or this cryptocurrency, then what else can we do with regard to just really revamping up this whole financial system as we know it?
Gotcha.
Hence DeFi. But okay, hold on. Let me breathe for a second. Yeah, I have some questions.
I've got a couple of questions. So to
Okay.
begin with, so what I understand, and I understand this because the homie 19 Keys always says this. He goes, paper money is fiat money, and because of that, it goes up and down or whatever, and because of that, you have inflation. So basically, what you bought last year is not going to be what you can buy this year with the same amount of paper because of that inflation. Now, what you just said to us is with cryptocurrency, there is no inflation. The paper is the paper, the money is the money, stays the same, or it's more than likely going to be stable enough that there isn't any inflation. So it's not going to lose its value. The more you get, the more, the older it gets, I guess.
So value will not change. If anything, it's going to increase. But there is the aspect of volatility, right? Because the market's going to go up and the market's going to go down, and then people panic because they don't know the full story, right? But it's still a limited asset. It is an asset. The reason people are, or those in the know, are continue to buy when the market goes up and get it at a cheaper price is because they understand, a year from now,
it's going to be lit.
10x, 100x, whatever, right? But we have to play the long game with this, right? And that's why it's important to have these conversations, because I'm like, when the market goes down, some people are mad. It's Christmas morning for me. Yeah. Right?
Everything's on sale.
Yeah. I'm like, if you got gold at a discount, it's gold. Like, right?
And it's going to go back up.
The conversation is around generational wealth or leaving something for your kids. This is what you need. You know, if you got land at a discount, it's still land.
Exactly.
You still want to top it. My train of thought was going somewhere. Hold on.
So when we talk about fiat money, then we talked about how it goes down, it goes back up. There's volatility. It's more likely to be stable in value, but the volatility. And we understand that when the market goes down or where there's a dip, that is a time for us to buy more of crypto because it's going to go back up. Same way if you could get, say, a piece of land at a discount price because maybe there was a fire next door to it, and the land goes down in value, but it's going to come back up, you should buy it at that point, because as soon as they put the fire out and they put a park on the next side, it's going to go back up. Gotcha.
First of all, shout out to Oye. Here go our Instagram Marlin. You just recapped that. I was like, I said all that. Man,
yeah, I pay attention. Instagram Marlin.
Hashtag. You could be Insta Marlin.
Insta Marls.
The other thing I wanted to point out is that it's important to always distinguish what between cryptocurrency as a whole and Bitcoin. Okay. I tend to narrow my conversations down to Bitcoin because that's a real asset. Like, we are clear that 1,000 cryptocurrencies that are out there, Bitcoin is the OG. I were a new investor today and I was like, oh, where do I start? I would always go with the ones that are tried and true, that they've been tested and we are confident they're not going nowhere. I would start just an investment strategy around buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. Really, that's the most simple advice I could give anyone. Like, if you want to get into it, which you should, although it's not financial advice, go with the ones that are certain. Go with the ones that are actually driving the market, the ones that are providing all this innovation and allowing for this space to be that much more exciting practically on a weekly basis. Like, there's always something new going down. And regardless of how much it ventures out, think of Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Those are two different things, by the way. They're not the same as the internet in 98. Like, even if you don't know the whole story and you don't know where it's going to go, or you don't know what it's going to to end up allowing all the economies that are going to come out of it, like the apps and the what and this, it makes sense for you to start to just get you some. Because even if Bitcoin was at, what is it, at 40 something thousand today, I hope that by now nobody's confused or doubting the fact that it's not going to stay here. It's going to 100K and beyond. Don't be the person that knows this information now and then still waits to buy it when it's like 100K, when you put $500 or whatever when it was at 40,000. So this is part of the reason why I keep talking about it, because I'm like, yo, you don't need to know everything. Let's start at the basics. What is cryptocurrency? How do I move in this space? How do I buy it? How do I store it? How do I protect it? What should I expect from this? What happens when I turn on the news and they say, oh, it went up, it went down? What should I do? That's my happy place.
Right.
Right. So there's a ton of experts about everything else. For me, I'm so focused on simplifying it and getting people started.
Yeah.
And then just coming up with 2 simple strategies. Let's work on a long-term strategy where you just buy it, set it and forget it, and protect it. And then maybe something quick just because you feel like testing stuff out. But let's be safe and informed about how we move in this space. That's what I'm crazy about.
Okay. So for everyone calling me Instagram Marlon or UK Marlon,
sorry.
Shout out to you guys. So from what I understand now, so cryptocurrency, we should be going with Bitcoin because that's the more OG asset, because that's the one that's proven itself so far. Not necessarily any of the other ones. If I was starting to invest today, I should be looking at Bitcoin to begin with, and ETH, which is Ethereum, right? And now the funny thing is blockchain was explained to me a while ago because it was something we were looking to do when it started becoming more popular. And here's how I understood it, but correct me if I'm wrong. And the reason why I'm going to say this is because this was the funniest explanation I had. I was told if you take a chicken and turn it into chicken nuggets, it's hard for you to take that chicken nugget and turn it back into a chicken. That's how safe it is with the blockchain, because it's hard to turn it back.
Oh, snap. Wow.
That's how I got it. That's how it was explained to me by one of my homies.
I mean, it's cool. I'm not knocking it. It's funny though. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Well, actually, no. I guess the point is,
it's basically saying it can't be hacked. You say you can't hack it, you can't duplicate it or anything like that.
Yes. So let's start with the basics, right? Blockchain technology.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. First off, it's really just blocks of information, right? That are connected to the chain. So it's not like you could just add something that doesn't fit. Like there's a synchronicity to it that doesn't allow for it to be tampered with.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in these blocks of information, one, they're time stamped. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's be clear on this first. Blockchain technology isn't Bitcoin. It's not about money. It's really about how information is stored. It's the most traceable, like trustworthy data storage recording technology we've ever had, and it applies to a plethora of industries, right? Think of it as the ultimate spreadsheet with all the digital receipts. You said you did something with somebody, it is time stamped, and there's evidence that's and it's there. The evidence is going to indicate that you actually did this, and this is how long it took y'all to do it, and this is who else was involved. That's really the gist of blockchain technology. And what it is this is what blew my mind about blockchain technology. It's digitized human trust.
Gotcha.
Okay, so with regard to just the financial tip and the use case example, the most successful one, which was Bitcoin, is that it's in essence saying, if I want to pay you and I've decided I'm going to use Bitcoin, so it's a peer-to-peer situation, I send you money directly, I don't need to go through a third party. The blockchain is now going to say that yes, there was one Bitcoin in Whitney's wallet, and that wallet is called XY2345 whatever, and one Bitcoin left that wallet and went into Oye's wallet at this time, and it is currently there, right? We can't edit that. We can't delete that. It is time stamped for the duration of eternity. Okay, so that's what the blockchain is. It's documenting that, and then it's going to follow the rest of the money, however else you move it. That one Bitcoin went to your account. Let's say you did decide to take a fraction of that and put it elsewhere. Now it's going to say, okay, a fraction of that Bitcoin left Oye's wallet. It's not going to say Oye. It's going to have that
XYZ 555.
XYZ, yeah, 456, all of that, and say a portion of that left there and went here. So then you can see the magic of that and how that can be implemented in all sorts of industries. Like
Gotcha.
in the fashion industry, if you're looking for the authenticity of a product, well, they're going to be able to say, yeah, I made this real Gucci bag, and this is the number for it. It left my possession, and then I gave it to so-and-so. And that, just having that digital receipt there already provides authenticity. It lets you know that this is the real thing, and this is where it came from, and it's verifiable, and everyone can see it, right? Everybody can go watch, like, is this real? Like, did she really, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why it allows for all these other exciting things like NFTs and everything else to happen, right? Because now you verify authenticity because that information can't be changed. Now, imagine if we use blockchain technology for voting. You can't fake the vote. Like, how are dead people going to vote? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to very clearly say, Whitney has one vote, and she cast it at this time for this person. There's no manipulation. If you were fundraising or in organizations, whatever, or my personal favorite, like in African governments, like, you can't quite steal that. You don't need an explanation because now we're able to trace it and track it, right?
Gotcha.
Say, like, this is where government, this is where public funds went, this is where it was allocated to, and this was the breakdown of how that money moved through, or whatever else it is. Well, this product moved through time and space, and this is where it is right now. So that's why it's like, if you don't believe in cryptocurrency, whatever, that's you. But there's one thing you shouldn't mess with. It's blockchain technology. That's what's really blowing all of this out of the water.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So basically, blockchain is, from me understanding it now, blockchain is the platform or the system that the crypto is on. Same way the internet is the system that websites are on. And apps. And social, apps.
Yeah. And the entire economy that it's provided for us.
Exactly. Right? Podcasts, everything. Gotcha. Yeah. So that means, like what you were saying with the voting, the same thing with medical records. If you wanted to put your medical records on there, you could do that. With the voting, you can do that. I see. Even with, if I created, even like, as Maddie was saying, if I created like a song and I want to prove that song was mine, I'm like, yo, it's right there on the blockchain where I created it and I put it there. So you can't say that, yeah, I see now, I own my masters 100%. I love it.
Again, that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? I feel like maybe Bitcoin sort of overshadowed the importance of what blockchain technology is because some people think it's synonymous with each other or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, no, y'all, there's some other stuff. This is our invention of the internet phase. Like, what? It changes everything around, right? The internet came around and changed everything. How we buy things, how we communicate, how we do business, all of it. And now blockchain technology is taking business as we know it and elevating it. And that's part of the, I believe, why mass adoption, even around cryptocurrency, has become really essential because that's the currency you're going to need to navigate that space.
Yeah. 100%. Like I can see it now. Like I understand it a lot more better now. So especially why metaverse.
I cannot emphasize this enough too. It's the digitization of human trust. Like it took out the human error portion in any sort of transaction, right? Yep. And that's why it's like, how are you going to be corrupt? How are you going to hack this? It's stored publicly so everyone can see it. And even just even attempting to hack it requires you to like invade 10,000.
See, now this is where the chicken nuggets and the chicken comes into. This is where it comes into play.
I'm like, you can't reverse it for sure.
Exactly, you cannot reverse it.
You can't. Oh man.
I get it now.
And even if you cut the chicken nuggets in the shape of chickens, it's still not the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Like you can't mess with the blockchain, and oh man, it practically brings a tear to my eye because it makes me that much more excited about how things are going to move. Like, can you imagine a world where trust isn't an issue?
Yep.
You know? It's like it takes without all the madness. Like we won't have an opportunity to cheat each other or to steal or to argue, like
or to lie or whatever. But like, oh,
yes,
we
just
didn't
have
get
a smart
it.
contract. Everything's handled. What?
Exactly.
This is sick. This is why I'm like, why aren't people more excited about cryptocurrency?
Because shall I tell you the main problem, and you touched on it yourself, is a lot of people think, myself included, myself included, a lot of people think crypto and Bitcoin are one of the same. Whereas now we've explained it that cryptocurrency is the category, Bitcoin just happens to be one of the currencies in that category, under which the land that those categories are built on is blockchain.
Oh, it's the Marlon. I swear, I feel like one of those presenters on the morning meetup. You're like, wow, he took really good notes. Like, he kept not just the words, but the essence, the conclusion. Like, he summarized it real good. I'm like, yo, that part, what he said, y'all better listen. So,
oh man, that's so funny. When me and Marlon actually do like a live, it's going to be so funny because when people say, "Oh, it's actual Marlon and Insta Marlon,"
I just want 10%, and I want it paid in crypto.
No, we got you. This is recorded, guys. This is recorded, so we can't be like, "Oh, we didn't see it." Everyone is here. Everyone can see it. So
that's right.
You.
It's on Instagram.
It's on Instagram. Instagram blockchain
and everything. We can't change it. You can delete it. But
nah, I can tell you 100%. Cat is recording this, so Cat has a copy.
But let me say this also. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned this. It is imperative that we make the distinction now between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin is the OG, right? We talked about how it all started, right? It provided the answer to and the opportunity for us to see that third parties and third like just outside entities didn't need to be involved for me to pay you
transaction
movement of money to be that simple, right? And then from there altcoins came into play, right? So it's just to clarify, anything that isn't Bitcoin specifically is an
altcoin. So like Doge, Squid, and all of those.
Ethereum, all of them. Okay? All of them. Solana, Cardano, everything else technically would be an alternative coin. Okay, we're cool on that. The point I was going to make is that once Bitcoin showed what we could do with money, then decentralized currency or decentralized finance then came into play with the intent of replicating that same concept. Can we do other financial transactions? Can we provide other financial tools and services without having that human element or that other third party involvement there? Can I give you a loan without having to go to the bank? Can we do that and then still not have to deal with any potential setbacks between us? Like, I don't want us to end up having to say, I thought you said and I thought we agreed that, and you said you're going to pay me on X amount. Like, all of that is settled and taken care of through a smart contract. You know what I'm saying? And the smart contract would be like the digital third person, except there is no emotion attached to it, and none of us have autonomy over it. It's like, no, this is what you both agreed on, and this is what's going to be executed.
These are the receipts.
Correct. Like, this was a conversation, this was about to go down, and that's it.
There's you can't add any extra pepper, you can't add any extra salt. This is the receipt as it is. Gotcha.
And I'm like, so that's where the decentralized economy or decentralized finance comes into play. And then even that, I feel like just last year, the conversation around that was different. Like, in the middle of last year, like, everyone was hyped about it. Even longer than that. But now you look at 2022 and there's so much that's just come out of even that conversation. All the apps, like the decentralized apps or dApps that are available, different exchanges, just, oh my God. Insurance, like I said, loans, like people are, like, there's so much that has come out of that with the understanding again that, can we put our money somewhere or loan our money to someone or protect our assets through having, you know, a digitized insurance or whatever, and not have it governed by a third party or people. This is really
people in general.
Yes, they're like, yo, people in a mess. There's so much opportunity for human error. Let's dead that part. And then let's
just get rid of that totally.
Correct.
Gotcha.
That's really DeFi. That's really what DeFi is at a really baseline foundational level. It's just continuing that peer-to-peer type energy, and then minimizing or removing third-party involvement and any human error on our end. That's it. Right. And
So
they've expanded that to a whole bunch of stuff. It will always come down to to the example of the internet, right? The web 1.0 is just about communication, but the moment mass adoption started to come in place and people were like, oh my God, we can do so much with this, then it changed everything. It started with communication and then shopping. Now, if not for the internet, COVID would have really messed us up, but everything, you know, our phones, Apple, all these industries have come up because of that, because now everything is just at, you know, on your fingertips, right? You're in London, I'm on this end. Look at us communicating like right? Like there's no lag, none of that. And so I always just come back to that same energy and try to let people know that think of blockchain technology, think of all this hype around cryptocurrency and DeFi and everything else that's happening outside of that or in that as the evolution of the internet. And it's also blowing up tremendously because of the internet, right? Information is spreading so much faster because of that. We are all connected. We have so many opportunities or ways of communicating with each other that if something doesn't work, everybody's going to know. If something does work, everybody's going to know. Then we're just, you know, the downside is we're bombarded with a lot of information. But thank goodness for the internet.
True that. But the one of the interesting things about that is this. You know how like there used to be a time, and this is where I kind of see where we're at now with where crypto is and blockchain and everything. There used to be a time when the internet was out and you couldn't be on the home phone and on the internet at the same time. Like that wasn't a thing. I feel like that's where we're at currently. We're at that stage before we start to getting super developed to where obviously you can be on all the phones and the internet at the same time, sort of thing. So I get that.
So okay. So is it like a dial-up versus Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Remember when that was the case? Remember when that was the case, yo? Oh man.
So I mean, I agree. I agree with that comparison a bit, except for the fact that I feel like the dial-up phase, I think, lasted long enough for all of us to adapt. But because we have the internet, everything in crypto is moving so much faster. If you're in a dial-up phase, it's by choice, boo. It's not because there's no options out here. Right?
I agree.
By now, we already have like 10 different types of Wi-Fi. So where you been?
But that's the thing about technology. It basically, what before may have been, it's a 10-year adoption, then turns to 5 years, then turns to 2 years, and now it's a couple of months. So
yes, this has been, actually, I read this the other day. Cryptocurrency and blockchain and all of this is the fastest, the fastest adopted technology in the entirety of human history. Right? Electricity took a minute. The internet took a minute. Whatever else took a minute. Cryptocurrency.
Even cars took a minute.
Yeah. It's done it in lightning speed because of the internet. Right? So then if you understand this asset class. Right? And it's not even just an asset class. There's so many asset classes within it.
Within the asset class.
And everything else. Man, it is enough to blow your mind. So that's why I stick to basics. Because I swear by next week we're gonna be on something else. Just like 2 months ago, we weren't even really checking for the metaverse. Now it's what we're talking about.
Metaverse, right? Everything.
And
can I get some land?
Yeah, digital land. We're like, what? You're in real estate? No, we're in the metaverse estate. You know, like I did a few lives where I talked about I think it was Barbados being the first country that has a digital
Crypto City.
digital real estate and having an embassy, right?
Yeah.
And then I think there was a few other African countries that are also now doing something similar, or just it's no longer theoretical. It's no longer just something exciting to think about. Like, it's happening in real time with real money, and people making real cash out here. So,
Definitely. What was the other place you mentioned? Because your internet just went out for a little bit.
Say that again. There was a slight lag.
Yeah, there was a quick lag. Just
real quick.
Yeah, I was saying, what was the you said we spoke about Barbados. What was the other place you mentioned?
What was it?
Or did you not mention somewhere else? I thought you said Barbados, and then you said
no. I
another
said some
place.
other African countries are also.
Oh, is it not Senegal?
No. I did a piece on a piece. That sounds so official. I saw
Celebrity in the building. I did a piece.
I know. I'm your crypto correspondent. No, there was a piece of information about Zanzibar last year adopting or being open to using cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. And that was a big deal because there has been a lot of hesitation in maybe third world countries outside of El Salvador because they're not playing no games. But just to see that the mass adoption is global, and it's not just like maybe first world countries that are making that adjustment.
Yeah.
To me, it was exciting. I'm like, yeah, we're on the African tip. Like, we're not playing no games. We're showing up. They're going to try probably to regulate it and do the same mistakes that I think foreign governments or first world countries have, where they try to like contain it and control it until they realize they really can't.
Yeah.
This is borderless. It's it's universal. It's probably going. I don't know if it's going to replace all the fiat stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen that way. But
right.
The point is, it's happening, and people are adapting the whole cryptocurrency. It's not even a movement. I don't try to reduce it to a movement. The cryptocurrency reality and where money is going.
Yeah, that transition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else? There was another article I did on some other countries, but it's all good. It's all good.
I want to get to the point where we talk about how do we buy cryptocurrency. But before we get there, what did I want to ask you? So we know it's an investment. We know about DeFi now. We know cryptocurrency. We know the categories. We know about blockchain. We know about crypto being the OG. So we should focus on that before all the other altcoins.
Bitcoin.
Sorry, Bitcoin. Yeah. Before the other altcoins. Is there anything I wanted to ask before we shimmy over to how do we buy? Because that whole thing. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Something which I noticed with Bitcoin in particular, when it goes into its dip. So let's just for argument's sake, say it's 500 today, right? And it goes, and it's in its dip, and it goes down to say 250. When it comes back up, it's 750. So it's kind of like a dip to come back higher every time. And that's something which I've noticed is indicative of where it's going. The other thing is when all the big boys start saying, right, we have to accept payments. And it was when PayPal did, I said, right, yeah, these guys realize that Bitcoin is actually serious because now you can pay people on PayPal via Bitcoin. That's why I say, yep. So if all these other guys are having to accept and bow down, then they've realized that they better jump on the train or they're going to get left behind on the dial-up. So I love that. I love that. Right. So now let's talk about how we buy some of that 40 grand Bitcoin.
Okay. So, man.
Where's my notes? Let me get my pen out.
Okay, hold on. Let me stretch. Okay.
Stretch. Let me sit up. With my chin forward.
Answering this has gotten so much easier because of everything that's now available, right? Mm-hmm. It started out where you'd buy Bitcoin directly from a person, right? Which is really the essence of it. If I have it, you want it, we agree on a price, and I sell it to you. Now, oh, sweet Jesus. The way beginners do it, is you could just open up an account or an account with an exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Coinbase. So what's an exchange? An exchange is like a crypto bank. Think of it that way, right? You're taking in your fiat, your regular paper cash, your dollars, pounds, whatever, exchanging them for a specific cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And then you can hold it there or put it on the exchange or put it in a wallet. But that's the first place I think most people, maybe the safest. I use that with quotes because you really got to protect yourself, and that's a whole nother section of it. Okay, so buying Bitcoin. Okay, one, if you're not buying it directly from another person, you have to make sure they're reputable sellers, by the way. That's a whole nother thing. You can either, one, go to Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and just click buy. First of all, that's crazy to me because that's not how it was before, right? The second way is you can open up an account with an exchange like Coinbase. Most of you probably heard of Coinbase now. They're everywhere. Or Crypto.com or Gemini or Revol or, oh my God, there's too many exchanges now. I think there's over 400 exchanges. Binance, Huobi. There's so many. You would link your bank account information and identify yourself because it's imperative. A lot of them now ask for that identification.
Government ID.
Yes, for as part of the anti-money laundering efforts. But again, with DeFi, I think with a lot of that stuff now, we're actually moving away from that so people don't have your direct information. But we'll talk about that in a bit. So after you identify yourself and you have your cash, your regular cash, you can now buy any cryptocurrency you want, and you can either hold it on the wallet or on the exchange, or you can put it in a crypto wallet. Now, it's imperative that I mention this. None of this is physical, y'all. All of this is digital. So the protection of your digital asset is paramount now. You can't, it's like, even when you have your debit card, you don't post your PIN. You don't do that, right? You're begging to be hacked, robbed, whatever. So you have to really protect, your crypto information.
Your asset. Protect your asset like it's an asset.
That's it. Man, what was that, 5 words? Compared to 5,000? Protect your asset like it's an asset. That's it. With an English accent. Yes. It's that simple. Don't move out here like you don't know what's happening. Don't save your critical information in your email because, there's a whole lot of letters and numbers and you're like, I'm not writing this down.
Better write it down.
If your computer can be hacked, boo, that's your money going out the window. You are asking for trouble. So yeah, handle your asset like an asset. Hide it, protect it, cover it, shield it. Use all the tips and tools that are available out there, and every exchange has it. So yeah, this is all the stuff that I cover in my membership, because I'm we go step by step. How do you buy it after you know what it is? How do you protect it? Where do you store it? Now, how do you invest it? Let's make that progression. And what's our strategy? Are we doing a long term? Do we have a short term play? I feel like that's just the natural progression and the easiest way to get in safely.
Yeah.
Again, if you're trying to get rich tomorrow, I am not your girl. I'm not. I don't have that information. I don't play with that. I'm just hella skeptical. My mom says I should be the last person. She thinks I would be the last person that gets into cryptocurrency because I'm not with that. Oh, go to sleep, wake up, your money.
You're a millionaire tomorrow.
No. Yeah.
Oh man. And I think it's those stories. Those are the type of stories that make people a bit I don't believe it's real, or it's got to be a scam, or it's a bubble, or whatever. But like I said, when you see the big boys, PayPal's and all these other places are saying, hey, you can make your payments with crypto, that's where this is something serious. It's basically, again, when we take it back to Internet 1.0, as soon as some of those big retail stores started having websites, you knew that yes, this is something serious, because if they're having websites and they were the ones who were against it before, saying it was all just a bubble or whatever, they realize that, this is the new transition. Same thing with when people talk about Facebook pages, Facebook, Instagram. Oh, it's just for the kids. It's just blah, blah, blah. Here we are today. Instagram is part of your business. Social media is part of your business. Podcasting is part of your business. Next thing, metaverse, where everything is now more immersive. That's going to be further part of your business. So, hey, if you decide to stay on on the platform when the train's leaving. That's up to you. We're
Bye.
trying to let you know. We're trying to let you know everything, yo. I'm trying to let you know everything. So, someone's asked the question, which I was gonna, TikTok, definitely, Max. The question which we were gonna go to now, because I don't know if you've heard these stories, but there've been a bunch of them over here in England where basically this guy wants to pay people to go to the trash chute where they put all the trash because his crypto was on a what's it called, a hard drive or USB, and the cleaner thought it was useless and threw it in a bin, and then it's gone to the trash heap. So they want to go there. So they're trying to get permission from the local council so they can go there with a group of friends and go and search. Like there's so many of those stories. It's not one, it's not two. So how do we?
His behalf. I would have stole her organs. Oh my God. No, don't quote me on that. I'm just saying it's that deep.
It is that deep. So how do we store and how do we protect? And on a very basic level, someone said cold storage wallet. Yeah, so just on a very basic understanding level. Cool.
So I've always enjoyed that they use like a temperature check to describe what wallet. Is it a hot wallet or cold wallet? It almost starts to sound like an STD. Forgive my humor.
I wasn't expecting that. That caught me off guard.
And that was the first visual I got when I was hearing hot wallets and hot.
I wasn't ready.
And they're like, "Don't mess with the hot ones." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that sounds dangerous."
Crip me.
So, a crypto wallet okay. So a crypto wallet, first of all, is not a physical. It's not a physical wallet, right? We're all clear on that.
Yeah.
And it's really just like a digital receipt that indicates to the blockchain that you, in fact, own the digital money that you purchased. Okay.
Right.
And so when you actually look at like your physical keys, which are again just elements of what your wallet entails, it's really just saying, okay, blockchain, Whitney got this. This is where she bought it from. This is where she holding it. Like, cool. That's it. It's all just digital receipts. I swear. Numbers, letters. It's a spreadsheet with information on it. Nothing physical. Okay. So then, if you buy your asset, where do you want to store it? The reason there's that temperature check thing is it's because it's really referring to proximity to the internet. It's hot because it's hackable, right? If it's to the internet and you have a wallet that is directly connected to the internet, that means it can be hacked. There's that increased chance, there's increased probability of someone else getting to it, right? So then, if you purchase cryptocurrency now, and you purchase it on an exchange per se or whatever, there's also so many levels to that. Sometimes I got to figure out where to take this conversation without going on the deep end. Okay. When you purchase it in an exchange per se, that would be an example of a hot wallet because it's directly connected to the internet. A cold wallet, on the other hand, is far removed, right? You're in essence uploading that digital receipt, all that information and confirmation of your purchase and your ownership, putting it on a flash drive, and then putting it in your desk where your housekeeper.
It's not connected.
I pick it up. My God, that just. I would have killed her twice, I swear. So that's the difference, right? A hot wallet is digital. A cold wallet is removed from the internet. Now, there's, of course, levels in between there, right? Where you can still have a wallet that's digital, but it provides a lot of protection, right?
All right, so whether you're a business owner providing a service or you're an e-commerce business with products, you know you need a website. The most common problems that I hear from business owners are they don't know where to start, or they're confused with all this person said this, that guru said that. It's all information overload, and it's forcing you to leave money on the table and not grow as quickly as you would like. Okay, let's bring some clarity to the situation. You're a business owner which means your website is an asset that's meant to work for you round the clock, no lunch breaks. It should position you as the expert, attract the right type of customers, and have a system in place for those potential customers to book you for appointments, pay you for consultations and other services, as well as buy your products on your website. And even when someone doesn't pay you right there and then, it should have a follow-up system in place that allows you to collect that lead and then convert that lead later on down the line. And all of this needs to happen automatically in the background. Now, high performance businesses are the type of clients who tend to need these solutions, and they're the type of clients we already work with. So if you're in the 5-figure range, or you're already doing 6 to 7 figures, but you know you're not yet taking full advantage of the internet in the way that's right for your particular business, the solution is this. You need a high performance client attraction website for your high performance business. One that's custom made to work for you 24/7, whilst you focus on growing and scaling your business. So go to www.oyemadeit.com/performance, select the option for web design. Alternatively, you can go and click the link in the description, or there should be a link in my bio on Instagram. Remember, this is not for everyone. This is for businesses who are looking to level up, scale up their business, and stop leaving money on the table. We work with businesses that are a right fit and those that we believe we can help achieve their business and financial goals. So that's oyemadeit.com, oyemadeit.com/performance, or there should be a link in the description below, or there's the link in my bio on Instagram. We look forward to hearing from you and working with you. Now, let's get back to the episode.
There are hot wallets that don't give you like your secret keys or your proof of ownership, where like if the platform dies, girl, that money gone. Okay, those would be like, that would be a hot wallet.
That's extra hot. That's
yes.
boiling.
Yeah. And then we have hot wallets that say, no, you there's levels of protection. Like, you know, you got to put in a secret password, or you have to get like a digital authenticator that, you know, provides you a 6-digit passcode that changes every 30 seconds. Just so if someone was to try to hack your stuff, like there's levels that they got to go through. They have to have access to your email and to the Google Authenticator to get that password, and your phone number, and your this and your that. So it might be annoying to have that, but it's for your protection. You are protecting your assets, so you got to move accordingly. Okay, so those are the hot wallets. That's, again, it's just proof that you bought what you bought and you own it, so that in the event, let's say you have a hot wallet that has that protection and gives you access to your private keys or your secret key or your recovery phrase. They go by different words, but they really mean the same thing. If that platform dies, if that exchange goes left, you can still claim your cryptocurrency because
on the blockchain.
Yeah, on the blockchain. But like, nope, it's still my shit. Sorry, it's still my stuff. I bought it. This is me. Like, it's mine. So
this is me.
When you're starting out, I try to think of this as, you know, if you're starting out, in my opinion, you can start off with a hot wallet, right? The problem becomes when you start now building the amount of your assets, that you really not start to reconsider hot wallets and start to move it now to a cold wallet or ice cold wallet. Okay, let me tell you about the ice cold wallet. Okay, so the ice cold wallet would be the equivalent of going to one of these ATMs. I don't know what's in the UK, but out here in the US, it's increasingly becoming popular. You can go to ATM and buy Bitcoin, and then it prints out the receipt. And on the receipt is your recovery phrase. That's now your physical receipt of ownership. And then you can just put that in your safe or somewhere where, you know, nobody should find it, whatever, right? One of those morning meetup books you haven't read.
Put the information in the book.
Right? You have to, you can do that, right? Because that's again, far removed from any kind of technology after that. But you have to understand that if you lose that, you have lost your money. You have to treat it the same way you would treat $100 bill or pounds or whatever. Just have that amount of reverence for it. But then understand that, listen, it's not no regular dollar. Like this one, in a year, it's gonna multiply 10 times over. In 3 years, it could pay for my kids' tuition if school is even a thing. Then I don't know.
There might be school in the metaverse,
right? I'm like, maybe they could just upload the information and got it. I'm like, okay, why are we going to school for 4 years? What's that?
Upload the information via the uplink.
Yeah.
That is that. Now that sort of talk, that's way too much for me. That part turning me into like Iron Man. Now that's where I'm like, let's chill on this one, sir.
About the internet too. They're like, oh no, what?
No, this one. You see,
we still jumped.
You see, the thing about the internet is it's cold. It's over there. It's not attached to me. Whereas this is attached to me. Nah. This one, I'm gonna chill on that one. I'm gonna wait. You know, I'll wait to see how you do with it. Then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come in behind you. You can be my mentor in this one.
Matrix, they got you. The internet is everywhere. They didn't tell you. They know. We're on it. They know what we're doing, where we've been, what we might eat. They know everything.
100%. 100%. Even this conversation we're having now, there is this Oye guy. He doesn't really seem like he's about this. We need to. He might be a trouble. He might be a problem. Let's note him down.
Watch now. All your Instagram ads are gonna be about cryptocurrency because they're like, he tried to talk about it. Let's see it. Let's put him on.
Oh man, 100%. Now that makes sense. Now understanding what the cold wallet means and the hot wallet.
Yeah.
Before I never understood it. And I remember there's a film where we watched that he had it was a cold wallet. Now I know it's a cold wallet because his code, he had a book and he'd written his code all over the book, but it just looked like scribble, like he was just writing notes on each page. But I didn't understand what it was even throughout the film until they were like, oh yeah, that's his code for his crypto, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, why didn't he just save it somewhere else? Like, why did he write it in the book? But now that you've explained it, now I understand why he encrypted it like that in his book, making it just look like scribbles all over the place. Because that was his cold wallet. So now that makes sense.
Some people trust their brains with their recovery phrases because it's twofold, right? They're the secret keys where it's a whole bunch of like letters and numbers. They're like, they're too long, right?
Yeah.
And then also recovery phrases where it's like 24 words, random words, and if you're asked to verify who you are to claim ownership of your coins, then you can just provide those, right? So even that is like there's a whole economy around that, and business opportunities because some people have done like invisible ink, like you can write it on your wall but won't nobody know unless the black light, because it's still very primitive to write it down on paper and then put it in a book or a safe because anything can happen. And then other people write it in 2 different notebooks and have one in Africa and one here. I'm not giving away my secrets. I'm just saying.
Oh gosh. Okay. Tactics.
Right. There's a whole technological change from that point. They're like, oh, you can put it maybe in I don't know. Like people, I think have used apps. I'm still apprehensive about that, but
I'm very apprehensive. Once it's connected to the internet, I'm apprehensive of that 100%.
No, but I mean, you could then use the internet to then, I guess, properly encode it or put another added layer of protection around it. So I don't know. I'm just saying they're out there. I haven't fully investigated them. I still keep it really simple because again, my heart is really for the beginner. And I've been trying to that niche. I'm like, you don't know? Let me put you on. These are the 5 steps you need. Stay right here. Start here, and then you can go.
You're safe here. This is a safe space.
Safety is a priority, though, right? I'm like, even if you knew what cryptocurrency was and how to buy it, but you didn't know how to store it, are you really treating your asset the way it should be treated? Like, if you can't protect your shit, then what are you doing? I'm trying not to cuss. So forgive me for that because
oh, it's cool. It's
not
cool.
doing
it's cool.
it. stuff.
Protect your stuff. Protect your asset like an asset. I'm gonna get a jar for you. Just like, okay, this is a custom jar. Every time you cuss,
I'm like, how have I survived?
I'm about to fix this. Every time you cuss, you're gonna put 1 Bitcoin in here.
No. Okay, so let's clarify. Okay, so first of all, no. All right.
Everybody's seen it. Everybody has seen it. Everyone's agreed. It's on the blockchain now.
I'm just saying I don't have Bitcoin like that. Okay, and this is an opportunity to clarify something. 1 Bitcoin is what? $40,000.
44,000. Okay. Yeah. So how do we buy that?
No. If you got 44,000, we should talk. I definitely hook you up. Now, the different what is it? Fractions of that?
Yeah, the fractions
are called Satoshi. So what most of us, if not all of us, have is Satoshi. Okay, so a Satoshi is to a penny as Bitcoin is to $1. Okay, so we have mad Satoshi. I got mad Satoshi. I do not have a Bitcoin, a whole Bitcoin yet, right? And that's the other thing too, like the whole idea of buying, fractions of something as opposed to buying a whole thing. Really, I think started in the crypto space and not in the stock market where you can just buy like fractions. Yeah. So what we have are Satoshi. All right. So if the cuss jar needs to put something in there, I give you Satoshi. I don't have Bitcoin. I don't have Bitcoin to give. I'm not there yet. Yeah. But me and Jesus have a plan. Like we're working on something. But yes.
Got to make it happen. So the Satoshis, they go up as the Bitcoin as a whole goes up, right?
You mean in value?
Yeah, in value.
Like Bitcoin is Bitcoin. That's like asking if the dollar increases. I mean, pennies increase in value. Like no. So the dollar is what has a value, and then the pennies just help you get to the dollar, but the value of the dollar itself still remains the same.
It's the same.
Getting fractions of it. So yeah, I'm not gonna cuss anymore.
You don't want to drop no Satoshis in the jar? It's gonna become a very expensive conversation. Very expensive.
It's like, waiting already.
I told you I'd fix it in a second. As soon as you put some money behind it, we're not.
Right? I'm like, no. Suddenly, my vocabulary has expanded. I'm like, no, of other words I could have used instead of that. But let's do that.
Awesome. Right now, okay, because that was the next question I was going to ask you, because I understand that for most people, you can't just go and drop 44 Gs and be like, all right, cool, let me hook this up. All right, give me 1 Bitcoin, homie. I'm good. No, most people are actually buying fractions, and that's, I always used to think, I was like, all you people that are talking like you've got Bitcoin, I invested in Bitcoin, I bought a couple of Bitcoin. I'm like, you dropped 44 Gs? I know you did not drop 44 Gs. So I didn't even believe them when they were saying this, right? But now that I understand there's fractions, okay, you got some Satoshis. So every time I hear it, I'm like, no, you got Satoshis. He knows what Satoshi is. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Wouldn't you hook me up?
Like your price just went up. Your bright price just went up. Be like, informed.
He is informed. He knows. He's woke.
It's also false advertisement. Can you imagine, like, if you had to get robbed, right? If you this probably I need to reconsider. If you're on the internet talking about, yeah, crypto, I got Bitcoin, that's false advertisement. Someone can rob you and be like,
yo, where's the Bitcoin at? You said it on your live. Where's the Bitcoin at?
I was like, see, because what happened was
it's in my checkout. It's gonna take 3 business days before it comes through.
Oh man, and that's another thing, right? That's a whole nother industry too. The whole theft game has changed to account for this digital space. Like, how you gonna steal? You gotta up your theft. You have to up your criminality now.
Man.
Oh man,
it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game. Hopefully, with blockchain, it's just gonna make it as hard as possible. So
actually, I don't know about that, because I'm like, if I forced you or demanded that you transfer your crypto to me, the blockchain ain't gonna do nothing about that. It's just going to say that.
But that's only
Whitney a whole Bitcoin.
One whole.
Capture the energy around it.
It'll give you the date, the time. Like, yep, it's all here.
I don't know if you wanted to, but it happened.
So really and truly, when you buy your Bitcoin, don't need to tell nobody. You
Nope.
protect your asset like it's an asset. So that is the theme for this whole cover. Protect your asset like it's an asset. So
Right? Like, yeah, if you know, then you'll move accordingly. So that's a good
I
thing.
like that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can just dropping gems, yo. Just dropping. Well, you're dropping gems. I'm just helping you pick them up for anyone who wants to. Oh yeah, here's some gems for you too.
You're packaging it real nice. Like, you're selling it back to me, and I'm like, I would pay for that. Yeah. What is that? It seems so much cooler.
Oh gosh, some nice packaging. Awesome. So just to recap, so we've spoken about crypto. We spoke about what cryptocurrency is. We've spoken about Bitcoin under cryptocurrency. We've spoken about blockchain being the land that it's all on. We've spoken about DeFi, decentralized finance, and what that does, and that is basically furthering the agenda or furthering the utilities with cryptocurrency and the blockchain and all the utilities that that's going to bring, which is so amazing. And now we've spoken about how you can buy your Bitcoin and how you can protect it. We've spoken about how when people are buying Bitcoin, they're not necessarily, unless they're dropping 44 Gs, they're not necessarily buying Bitcoin, they're buying Satoshi. And when you have a hot wallet, you are connected to the internet. Possibly you could be hacked if it's not safe, or so you have to do your own due diligence with whoever you bought it from. Make sure they're not going to be like here today, gone tomorrow, like a lot of those altcoins that are here today, gone tomorrow sort of thing. And we want to get into the cold wallet. But again, you need to protect that asset like it's an asset. I'm gonna start dropping some gems when I'm around my peeps. Like, well, I mean, you're in a hot wallet, you don't know, but I mean, you should be in a cold wallet. So,
How much? Where? You better put that in a cold wallet.
You better put that in cold wallet, told me. I mean, if you want to pay my consultation fee, I could tell you what a cold wallet is. So let's go. I've been texting Whitney. Yo, I just said this. Is this correct before I say it?
What is it? How do I get one? What? How do I get it away from your housekeeper? That's going to be part of my lesson. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And it's quite an oxymoron, right? It's like we're talking about digital assets, but the safest way to keep the digital asset is as a physical product.
Exactly. Offline.
So that's why it's like, okay, yeah, crypto's good. The blockchain is good, but we're still very much in the real world. Yeah, metaverse and all that, but we're still functioning right here. So, we're not going to be in space anytime soon. Like, we're not going to be kicking it at Mars. Like, we're still here. So
I mean, that's looking more and more. It's very Elysium-ish.
Coming. I know Elon is on something. We're going to talk later this week.
Yeah. So, Elon, where are we at? Where are we at with this?
Going, if I can afford it, I'm out. But
man,
even just to think about that, like,
I know it's crazy. So that's a whole different convo. It's a whole different convo. But yo, Whitney, this has been so dope. Let me see. We've got some questions up in here. What about Meta? So floss.sie, Flossy88.
Michelle, let's go.
Okay, Michelle says, what about Meta? I think she's talking about Metaverse.
Well, Meta is not Facebook, right?
Or Meta. Yeah, I don't know if she's talking about Metaverse. She's talking about Meta Facebook itself.
We can talk about both. Okay.
What would you like to know, Michelle? If you're still here, tell us what would you like to know, or if Cryptney knows what she's talking about, Cryptney could tell us.
Yeah, it's been a minute since anyone's called me Cryptney, and now I'm like, stick. I did not.
Everyone who's here who follows Whitney, start calling her Cryptney from now on. Okay.
Man, that brand, man.
That was Bryn's specialty, Cryptney. Yeah. Oh yeah, Michelle just confirmed. She goes, yes. I think she said Meta. So yeah. Explain how we get it.
Okay, so how do you get into Meta? So Meta is Facebook. Let's first be clear on that, right? They're doing this whole
rebrand.
Yes, but outside of the rebrand, they're jumping into the metaverse, which is like, how do I put it simply? Like maybe crypto 3.0, right? That's where we're going now, where you have the opportunity to create an avatar and then be physically immersed in this digital space, right? So outside of just I'll just keep it at that. You now get to show up in a digital space without ever having to leave your house. Okay. First of all, that excites me. I'm like all of this couldn't have had perfect enough timing. We don't know if there's another COVID strain coming, and now they figured out how you can still go to work without ever leaving your house while still being at work and seeing your colleagues. It's a conspiracy in the best way. But anyway. So then, all right, so Facebook comes through and they're like, yeah, we're going to take the whole social media experience, whatever, and put it in an immersive 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, I don't know if it's probably going to be a 5-dimensional situation where you could taste stuff, whatever. And then I believe Google also came through and said, we're going to put Google Teams on the metaverse so that all your work teams and everything else, is it work teams? Teams. It's teams. You physically should.
Is it Google Teams or Microsoft Teams?
One of them. I think it's Microsoft, right?
Yeah, I think it's Microsoft Teams. Anyway, yeah, them boys.
But they're like, all right, cool. You know, you can show up digitally and still, you know, like I was gonna say interface. You could talk to your coworkers, and it just move the way you would have typically done it at a physical location when you were at work, right? Now, of course, with Facebook, they took it to a whole nother level, and it's like your hangouts would be there. We could just have tea in the Himalayas because why not? What, you know? And the ridiculousness of it is just astronomical. I love it. I can't wait. And then they got, of course, I think the Oculus goggle equipment so that you can
Oculus Rift and all of them.
And that's among other things. I heard Apple's about to come up with their own glasses or something.
Yep.
So everybody's trying to get in that game, right? Because first of all, your avatar is going to be flawless, no makeup. Like, I mean, even with makeup, everything's already set. I always laugh about this because I keep remembering there was this movie that what's his name, Bruce Willis did, where they all had avatars and the avatars would go into the real world. But then when you see your physical self, you are toe up from the flow up, like. Because you haven't seen the light of day. I don't know if you
for a minute.
But your avatar is beat. And okay, but I digress. So the metaverse is allowing for that to be like the new norm, right? So with that in place, okay, if now people have avatars and the fashion industry has also jumped in there and be like, okay, well, your avatar is still gonna have to look fly, so we sell our Nikes and Yeezys and whatever else as digital copies, and that your avatar can rock, because you get more eyes digitally. Like more people will see you in a digital space than they will in the physical space anyway. And they're selling a lot of those, by the way, in the digital space through crypto. This is next level madness. Okay. So now, if you're hanging out in the digital space and you're working in that digital metaverse, well then, where are you going to pay taxes? And especially now that people are actually buying digital real estate in the metaverse, the government still wants their cut, but we're not really in government space, right? So the conversation now becomes, well, do you pay your taxes then to this digital faction that you're kicking it in? Or the conversation also around that now becomes, well, is this a decentralized metaverse? Centralized situation where they still report the information to the government, you know? So then I just keep saying, like, just the other day, this was simple. You wake up and now there's a whole different level attached to it. And you're like, so if I can work from anywhere and I'm not really in the location where the government thinks I am at, then who is maintaining this space and who's maintaining order in this space, right? The example I think of is, I'm in the US, right? When COVID hit, I live in New Jersey. I worked in New York City. If I don't have to physically go to New York City, and I'm working on the computer or whatever in New Jersey, well, New Jersey was like, hold up, so now you working here, pay up. You know? So then the same, like, this is what I've been focused on. I've always been focused on taxes. Like, we're preparing for taxes. And when I hear metaverse, I'm like, that's cool. So I can be in Africa and then pick and then show up to work in the metaverse, and would I still pay U.S. taxes for that? So I'm gonna sort that out and do a live on it. But anyway, that's where my
That's
mind
very
is.
interesting.
But otherwise, it's really exciting, no?
100%, yo, 100%. And the funny thing is, the more we've spoken about it, the more I'm now remembering like things like just growing up that I saw, and I was like, actually, they were giving us the signs. I don't know. Did you ever watch a cartoon called Johnny Quest?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when they put the stuff on and then it'd go to a whole different world? That was the freaking metaverse,
right? It was like they were on something. They've been trying to tell us. Like,
they've been trying to tell us. Like, I was just like, yo, that's what they were doing in Johnny Quest. They put the thingy on, and then same thing with Matrix. They put, and then they're in a whole different world. It's like, yo, man.
and then actually, this reminds me then of more of the article on the whole like,
Ready Player One, yeah.
Of Barbados going into the whole metaverse game, because I'm like, yo, we're gonna mess around and have the next carnival in the metaverse, and everybody's avatars gonna look like Rihanna, because why not? Right? I'm like, and the thing is, they create so much exclusivity around it too, because they're like, if you're not here,
oh man,
if you're not, you have to pay to be in this space, to be next to this other person's avatar, right? The conversations are still the same. You still get to say you talk to X, Y, and Z, but it's like, so then that changes even the whole tourism experience altogether, because you could go and see, like, do you want a digital beach and it's really cool people, and just, I don't know, it's like it's inviting of a different, not even an economy, like this is a whole different level.
It's a whole world.
Would I need to go to Barbados to experience Barbados if I can go there telepathically, actually, right? I could just teleport my avatar there and kick it there with a whole bunch of cool people. Is it the conversations that I'm going for and the connections, or is it, because now the vibe would be televised or digitized, right?
100%.
And have that. And then I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. And then that's the other thing too. If they're the first to do it, then will they have a monopoly over it? Does this change? Like, will you need to travel, especially with COVID messing up all this travel stuff? Like, nah, I can still go where I need to go and kick it with who I need to kick it with, but it would all be in the metaverse.
It'll be in the metaverse, yo. Jeez.
I don't know, man.
Jeez.
That's to mess you up, right? It's like I'm inspired and demoralized all at the same time. I'm like, everything's changing. Like, I can't.
Oh man, the funny thing is, you could always tell the people who love to flex. You just went straight to carnival.
I wouldn't have to work out, no flat tummy, no. I'd just be ready.
Oh, press a button, I'm ready, let's go. You could always tell the people who want to flex. You could always tell them. Yeah, so no more human interaction. Yes, that is
Oh, but
kind of what it seems like.
Interaction, though. Like, are we? Is it the connection that we're going
for? This is human interaction,
exactly,
but not. But right? It's not
now
physical.
Imagine if our avatars were next to each other. I'm sure maybe we could, feel a handshake or whatever, right? That's still human interaction.
Sure.
And it's physical. I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's like it's challenging everything we thought we knew and how we define certain things, and then getting down to the essence of what it is we're actually looking for or longing for, and then digitizing that, and of course capitalizing on it. So it's some next level stuff. Like,
do you know what?
Let's say, Doge, next level interaction, probably extremely addictive. Yeah, and it could still be equally as intimate, if not more, right?
True.
Because like, I would much rather sit down with my family in Africa and we can talk about things. Because if you look, there's a video that Zuckerberg and Facebook and them put out where he takes you into the metaverse and shows you that, hey, listen, we could all have dinner, like I said, in the Himalayas and sit down and talk to each other, looking at each other's avatars as if we're next to each other. That changes everything.
That changes everything for
Right?
real, for real. Like,
You're in England. I'm in the U.S. You can have your, and we can get somebody from the other part of the world, and we can all appear to be sitting at a table having this conversation.
yep, yep. And the funny thing is, like, all
Black Mirror. Sorry. Yes.
yeah, Black Mirror as well. That's
Yep.
true, actually. Even though I've not watched all the episodes, but I've seen a couple. I just say, yep,
I
yep.
watched all of them. Oh, child, girl, bye.
You're a Black Mirror fan.
Thing next to your head, and then you just go right into
Jump
the
in.
video game. That was a messed up episode, but I digress. Yes, the point is Black Mirror for real, for real. Oh,
Wowzers.
but actually, now that you brought up Black Mirror, doesn't that also talk about like the downside to artificial intelligence running stuff? Because that's bound
Terminator,
right?
iRobot. they tell us and then they take it away.
Yeah,
Man.
they try to regulate it, and then we say, no, what you doing? And then it's okay. Not then it'll be like it'll split again to like, do we want to regulate it or do we not? But actually, on the regulation tip, like I think that's part of the reason why there's been there's been an increase in the public acceptance, is that before, with cryptocurrency especially, they were like, there's nobody monitoring this stuff. Like, there's no FDIC, or there's nobody backing it. There's nobody that you can report folks to when they take your money, right?
Yeah.
But now, like, in the US, we have the infrastructure bill that we have to check for, right? Because the government always wants their cut. So it appears that they're trying to protect us and to regulate things. And I guess I'm here for it. Whatever, we'll see what happens. But there's also like what was I gonna say? I was gonna say like custodial sort of regulation, so that people don't just go losing their money again. Like, there's no opportunity to create an altcoin and then just have everybody get hyped up about it and create a second. And you pump and dump, right? You hype it up, have everybody buy it, and then you just drop it and it goes down to nothing. So you make your money and get out. But I'm trying not to go off on a tangent. I was just saying,
on a very basic level, explain how those work, because I was trying to understand what they are. What I understood from it was you create, and this is kind of like online reputation online reputation marketing, right? Where you take a subject, create an online life of that subject. So you have newspaper articles, you have a website for that person, you have events that they've done, speeches they've done, and all these sort of things which you create. So it's essentially their online profile or their online CV, right? And then that's what they were doing with all these altcoins. They were creating these online CVs of their who the CEOs were, what the mission statement was, the website, the business, the team, and all these sort of things. Make it look as professional and as, legit as possible. And then as soon as it gets all the way up, like, all right, guys, way out, peace. Next thing, everything disappears overnight. That's how I understood it.
Yeah, that was that part. Oh, child, let's talk about those ICOs. Okay, cool. So,
what's an ICO for anyone who doesn't know?
Yeah, so ICO is an initial coin offering. It's the same thing as IPO, right? When physical companies want to go public, they'll do the initial public offering, where in essence they're giving you the whole hype about the company, what they're going to try to do, the products they're going to create, the problem they're trying to solve. And the appeal is that if you believe in what they're doing and
yep,
what they're trying to solve and their ability to do it and the team behind it, then you're going to want to buy into their company at what appears to be a cheaper percentage or a cheaper price, with the understanding that if they pull this
the jaw was ready. The jaw was ready. So close.
If they pull this off, then their shares or their worth or their market cap or whatever their valuation is going to go much higher, right? So you want to buy 10 cents with the understanding that it might go to $2, right? So with ICOs, it's just the crypto version of that, where it's an initial coin offering. So you'll have a bunch of programmers or individual, whoever, that's going to come up with a concept around a coin. Like, this is the coin I'm trying to create. This is the problem it's going to solve. This is the technology that's going to be backing it. This is what it's about. This is all of that. This is who's behind it. This is what products we are promising to create, whatever. If the sentiment around that is profound, whether the project is good or not, because sometimes there are legitimate coins out there that are like, yo, do not invest in me. Like, that's the name of the coin, because they're like, this is a ridiculous idea for the worth of this project to be based around public hype. But people will still buy into that, be like, oh, this is funny. But then they're able to raise funds through doing that initial presentation. And then if people buy into the hype about it or investigate it and say, yeah, I believe in what you're doing, then a company is able to raise funds with the intent of fulfilling their initial promise, right, of what they put on their white paper, or their it's like the equivalent of going on Yahoo Finance. I don't know what you guys have in England, but it again.
No, we got Yahoo Finance. We got it here too.
I know. I'm like, Yahoo's not American.
I don't know what you guys got over there. Yahoo Finance is universal. It's okay.
Like, we have Bitcoin. I don't know what you guys have.
UK coin or something over there. I don't know.
So yeah, it's the equivalent of going on Yahoo Finance and reading everything about what the company is supposed to do, right? So then coins, like, people were able to create this, basically a whole paper about that. This is what we're going to do. You can follow us on our Instagram and on Reddit and all these social media handles and their website, and then people would be like, okay, well, I think this might be legit, or I think buy into
it. Looks legit.
Yeah. So you get into the hype of saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna get it 10 cents. I think this could go to $1, whatever. And then what ends up happening with a lot of these coins is they took the money after building up a hype about it, and then just disappear. Be like, oh, see, because what happened was
all the money's in the savings. It's gonna take 3 business days before it comes through.
Set up, and then the thing is, there was no regulation around it. Like, there was no crypto police that would be like, no, like you have you have a responsibility to your investors and all that. I think they're working on that stuff now. I made a lot of money through it because I jumped on one of those, but it's not something I would readily recommend. The advice I would give people is you have to go on coinmarketcap.com. That's the Yahoo equivalent in the crypto space, where you can type in projects and really investigate it and read up on it. Who's involved? What is this about? What technology is backing it? Is it Ethereum? Whatever else? Like, what new thing are they introducing or trying to introduce into this already saturated, really dope crypto space? And if you believe in the project, then you buy in. If you don't, then you don't. But it is what it is, right? If they pump up the price and everybody jumps in and they have some celebrity endorsements, because they do that now, then you could have a great payday, or you could not. So
catching L. Thank you, Doge, for dropping it in. coinmarketcap.com, right?
Yes, coinmarketcap.com.
Yeah, I remember hearing it on, I think it was 19 Keys and EYL. And I remember Troy saying that. Yeah. So thank you very much, Whitney. The one question which I do have is, so I guess you could probably buy more. Like, say for instance, it's 10 cents and then you buy 1,000 of it. Yeah, it all adds up eventually, and then you lose your 1,010 cents that you've put together. So it's all like, oh, one person dropped 10 cents, another person dropped 10 cents, and then altogether it's come to the million, and you just individually lost 10 cents. No, because one person could buy 500, another person could buy 200, another person could buy 1,000, one person could buy 1,000,000. So yeah. Makes sense.
And also, like the hype also comes around, you know, like the gradual increase of the price, right? They're like, it's 10 cents today, tomorrow,
Yeah.
5. So, you know,
You better stay woke, stay with
yeah.
it.
It's great advertising. If there's one
It is.
that will just never die, it's branding and advertising, man.
Yeah, it really is.
You're gonna have to learn how to sell everything or anything, because that's
Sure.
really it. If you can get other people to see the value in something, they will pay for it.
100%. 100%. Oof, man. I feel like my whole crypto game just went from like non-existent to be like, boom. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's go.
I didn't even tell you nothing in particular, but that's cool.
Nah. You taking me to a whole new level now. Like I know. Like I would say myself, and I'd probably say most people here, I think we're now, and we've gone from stage 0 to probably stage 2, where we can actually have conversations and know what to ask. Because the thing about learning anything is you need to understand the lingo, first of all. Then you need to understand the context of that environment that you're in. Then you need to understand, then you get to the point where you can understand what who the top dogs in that industry are. So you can, at that point, you know the lingo, you understand the environment, you can now decipher who's just talking a lot of talk and who's actually talking something sensible, you know. So yeah, I think I know, I could probably say all of us, we've gone from like stage 0 to like stage 2, stage 3 now. Like we can go and be like, yeah, that's a cold wallet, dude. I need a hot, you know, like I don't want no hot wallets. I want my cold wallets out here, dude. So yeah,
Thank
I
you.
like it.
That's really blessed me, because again, like my whole goal has been to make crypto casual conversation, right? I keep running that hashtag because I'm like, let's take away the mystery around it and the hype around it, or the fact that some people think, oh, it's just too difficult for me to understand. Like, no, it doesn't. It's not that deep. It's not simple per se, but it doesn't have to be that frightening, you know? Yeah, you saying that. Okay. I'm not gonna cry. I feel nice and warm. And I'm like, you know what? Today was a good day. I accomplished something. My kid is alive, and I made people feel a little comfortable about crypto. I am fulfilled.
We thank you, Cryptney. We thank you, because this was definitely dope. This is very dope. Before we go, guys, does anyone have any other questions? Or are we all on level 3 now, so we don't even need to ask questions anymore? Let me see if anyone's. Shout out Shoe Solutions, Mr. D Mathis, he joined in. My guy, JR Mystic, he joined in. Oh, everyone, Wealthy, everyone who's coming in. Princess HGL, she joined in too. Wow, you attracted a bunch of UK folks out of here.
You did, but okay.
G-Boss was here as well, all the way from Dubai. Woo. A bunch of peeps are up in here. And Mully, wow.
Max. I feel like every single live I've ever done, like Max stays showing up. Yo,
Yeah.
I might have some Satoshi with your name on it. I'm just saying.
I've got my jaw's still open. We're still hoping you might just slip up and drop.
Nope.
Yo, Christine. Yeah, Christine, this will be saved. It's not gonna be dropped straight away, because I've got to get it to my production team, and then they're gonna edit it, put it all together, and then gonna drop it back out. So
did y'all hear that, Flex? Did y'all catch that? He's like, no, like the team's got to go through it. Ooh. Jesus' name, hashtag goals. What? Yeah, I'll go.
It's not even like that. It's not even like that, yo. It's not even like that.
Watch, when I get my team, I'll tell everybody. I'm like, sorry, I can't. Let my people just bless it real quick. We have to edit.
Oh man, but it will be edited and put together and made real nice, and you will have a copy, and I will have a copy, and you will also have the raw version. So if you want to do stuff with the raw version as well, you could do stuff with the raw version. So I got you.
Could they edit out the lateness?
I'm sorry, what now?
Did they edit out the lateness?
No, we keep everything genuine up in here, authentic. Okay, like how Dave and Donnie do, they keep it authentic. I keep it authentic up in here.
That's how it really is. Thank
Christine, yes, it will save. So how I've done it on mine, and this for anyone, so it saves to my IG Live archive, and then from there, I can then post it to my page if I wanted to. If not, it can just stay in my IG Live archive. So I've set it up that it automatically saves there. It saves for 30 days, so then I can download it to my phone straight away. And then I can send it. I can send my team a copy. I can send a copy to Cryptney, and then yeah. So that's how it is, yo.
The whole time. Oh man, do you know my name is Whitney?
Yeah.
No, I'm messing with you. No, I'm just now really thinking, should I rebrand?
Rebrand to Cryptney. I think we should take a vote. Everyone who thinks we should start calling her. Everyone who thinks we should start calling her Cryptney, throw one in the chat. Throw one in the chat. If you think we should start calling her Cryptney, let's go. Throw my one in.
My life is gonna be determined. But what were we talking about? I just put a one Chrome card. Like just
Chrome cards, we got you. Don't you worry. Just once the replay comes back out or anything, don't worry, we got you. You can watch everything. We're talking about crypto. We were talking about DeFi. We talked about hot wallets, cold wallets, everything to do with crypto. That's taken everybody from like level 0 to now level 3. That's what we spoke about. You know what? Hit me in the DMs. I could tell you everything now. I'm good. I could tell you everything. So if you want to hear from me, I got you. But when the video comes out, don't you worry. You can watch it all. See, everybody's saying one. We're going to start calling you Cryptney now.
All right, guys. All
got this.
12 of me. Okay.
That's true, actually. We went up to like 20, and then we dropped to 15, and now we're at 12. Yo, shout out to everyone who's still rocking with us. Everyone who's from the morning meetup, like the whole gang, friends, family members, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for, I hope we did a good job. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope everybody's kind of like, yo, I understand this crypto game a little bit better now. So that was the aim of the game.
If you want more casual conversations, please follow me, guys. I'm at Win in Crypto /Cryptney.
She's at Win in Crypto for now.
That's right.
For now. You never know in the next 5 minutes.
I got the t-shirt. So now I got to Win in Crypto for a little longer. So sorry. I don't have any Cryptney t-shirts.
Don't you worry. As soon as you want it, let me know. We'll make the Cryptney website and everything. We got you.
With the hat and everything to match?
Everything. With the whole branding. We'll get you the website. We'll get you the caps. We'll get you the jackets. Everything. We got you.
Stop!
And I'm gonna bring in Coach Kelly, aka Do It Ugly Kells, aka Kelly Kells, and we'll do like a Cryptney and Do It Ugly collabo. Boom.
Ooh, I'm gonna die. Hold on.
What a time to be alive.
I'm like, that would be so epic. Just, you know.
Yo, Kells is always up for like just making magic happen. So he's like, yo, let's get this. So I'm like, bet, I got this.
That's awesome.
Kelly Kells. Yo, everyone, thank you for rocking with us. It's been a pleasure. And until the next live, which I don't know which one it's going to be yet. I know I've got Christine, I've got Ariel, I've got Erica T, I've got a few people we're going through. So
make me read what I'm doing with my life. I'm like, none of them talk to me. I mean,
it's because you're too much of a celebrity, yo. You're too much of a celebrity. Yo, Christine, I need to book Christine 3 weeks in advance because she's a celebrity as well, you know. So you can't just DM her and be like, hey, Christine.
Right? But like, we're not regular anymore. You better talk to the assistant.
I got a narrow. You know, the whole gang. I've got a narrow. I've got a bunch of teams. And Narrow's like, yo, I'm only talking to girls. So I've got a narrow. I'm gonna say that again. I got my homie a narrow. Me and him are gonna have a good conversation. Side piece season. So it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be fun. But everyone, thank you for rocking with us. It's been a pleasure. And thank you, Cryptney, aka Whitney, aka Winning Crypto. Winning Crypto. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Let's go. Please go follow.
Look at this detail. Sorry, let's see. Yes.
Let's see the detail again. Let's see that detail.
The logo. Look at that. Look at that. What?
Killing it. Killing it.
Jesus. Amen. Baba God. Like came through. Like y'all see the colors. Look at that. I drew that whole logo myself.
She said Baba God.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling this shirt. If it wasn't mine, I'd still be feeling it. I'm like, yeah, this is fire. Humble brag, not so much. It was a real brag. I'm like, no, this is really good.
Flex on us. Flex on us. Flex on us. That's what's up, yo. That's what's up. Yo, everyone, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Go follow Whitney if you want to learn even further and advance even further from level 3, which I feel we're on today, to like level 20. Go hang. But she's not going to make you a millionaire overnight, but she will get you clued up in the crypto game. So go follow Whitney. And yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. We need to go read and be ready for Bryn tomorrow in the meetup. But hey, it's been
33, right? So 33. Okay, bye, guys. No, for real now. Bye. I was like, oh, my God, 4 to 33. Okay.
Do you ever feel like Bryn's like, she's like your headmaster? She's just like in the background, like a teacher's like, you better read, be ready tomorrow.
Listen, that's an understatement. What? How you think I end up being Cryptney? Yes. Auntie Bryn. Got me all the way together.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Right.
Goodness, I gotta get to reading. So bye, guys. Thank
Peace,
you so much. Thank you so much, Oye, for this. If you guys like the way I just talk about crypto, make it real casual, follow me, come through. Let's continue to have this conversation. I really do have to go, but I'm humbled by this, and thank you so much. Thank you, Oye. I'm so appreciative for the opportunity to speak. So thank you.
We appreciate you. Can't close it out any better than that. So we're out. Thank you, Whitney.
Bye.
Peace, y'all.